Everybody, welcome into this week's episode of the Bat Report, brought to you by Cobos Insurance Center. Great week of wrestling. We had all our sectional tournaments last weekend, heading into district tournaments this weekend. So it's that point of year where wrestling is fast and furious. Some good showings on the mat. I got to go out to the Division One sectional tournament at Midview. As I said last week in the episode, we kind of had some different looks to the postseason. Besides sectional teams getting to kind of draft where they wanted to go in the Northeast sectionals and districts, we also had the split sessions. So I kind of got a taste of that at Midview. Obviously was worried about how that might run and, what kind of time it might take to kind of pull that off. Ran very well. Both sessions went pretty smoothly. Didn't seem any longer than a normal sectional tournaments run. Props to the group out there. Dan May overseed it, the athletic director of Midview, and just a lot of really well done stuff as far as that goes. And we had a good showing as far as the locals go. No surprise, because I think 7 of the 9 teams there were all Lorain County teams. So definitely want to get into some of the sectional results during the show. But to kind of kick things off, we're going to start with our top 3 performances segment. This segment is brought to you by Century 21 Deanna Realty. And we had some really good, performances, a lot of sectional champs. So we kind of started there. And we're going to start first and foremost with Alex Green, Elyria sophomore, out at the Midview sectional. Alex was the number 5 seed going into the 106-pound bracket. He ended up winning the 106-pound sectional championship as the number 5 seed. He opened by pinning number 4 seed Jake Zick of Avon Lake in the first period. Then he won a very amazing battle, 9-8 over the top seed Ryan Trowbridge of Amherst, who was undefeated going into that match. He handed and Ryan's a freshman, so that was his first high school loss. Green handed him back and forth. I think he scored right at the end to win that, so really amazing semifinal for him. And then he ends up pinning the number 2 seed John Foy of Avon in the championship match. So basically, underdog in 3 matches, comes through and wins the sectional championship. So great job by Alex Green. Our number 2 top performer is Travis Owen of Black River. He's a junior. He's a heavyweight there. He won the 285 sectional championship at the Division 3 sectional at Independence. Basically dominated his way through, pinned his way to the final, but then he pinned Ashtabula St. John's Ryan Elrod in 3 minutes and 25 seconds in the final. And Elrod's ranked number 4 in the state by Intermat's Josh Lowe. So that was a really impressive finish for Travis Owen, pinning a top-level guy, dominating a top-level guy to win the sectional championship there. He improved to 21-1 with 17 pins and 3 forfeits. So 20 of his 21 victories are top bonus point gainers for the Pirates. So really amazing season for Travis so far. So he's obviously hoping to keep that going next week in the district tournament. The third top performer, Ethan Sear, Avon senior at the Midview sectional. Won the 138-pound sectional championship out there in Division 1. Went 3-0 with a pin and 2 major decisions to win that title. And he was the number 2 seed going in. Won 13-5 in the final over Elyria's Isaac Pedraza, who's a really solid state-ranked guy. So that's a really good performance by Ethan Sear as well to win a sectional championship. So again, our top 3 performances this week are Alex Green, Elyria sophomore, Travis Owen, Black River junior, and Ethan Sear, Avon senior. And that is brought to you by Century 21 Deanna Realty. All right, just kind of want to talk some about the sectionals. Really, like I said, really good local performance for us. We got a lot of guys out to the districts this year with from Lorain County. Again, at the Midview sectional, a lot of Lorain County teams, so no surprise we had a pretty good haul there. 47 district qualifiers come out of the sectional there at Midview. Leading the way, obviously, Elyria. No surprise, they've done it over and over again. Sent 11 of 14 wrestlers through to Perrysburg next week, including 7 sectional champions. Winning sectional titles, we mentioned Alex Green at 106, but Colin Knoll at 113, Nate Burnett at 145, Eric Trinsky at 152, Enrique Munguia at 160, JoJo Norwood at 170, and Jake Evans at 182, all won sectional championships. So Pioneers set themselves up for a good performance this week at Perrysburg. Obviously, St. Edward joins the field. You got Perrysburg itself, the host school. There's a little sibling rivalry there. Eric Burnett, the coach of Elyria. Scotty Burnett, his brother, is the coach at Perrysburg. So that's always a fun matchup between those two schools. So that's going to be a good field there. Some of the other top performing schools at Midview, Avon puts 8 through to the Perrysburg district, including sectional champs Ethan Sear, which we mentioned in our top performances, and Cale Saxton, a returning state placer. Amherst had 6 get through, including sectional champions in Noah Mendez at 126 pounds and Lavelle Gibson at 220. We also had 6 from North Ridgeville, including sectional champ Zach Orsino at 120. Midview got 6 through as well. Avon Lake got 5 through, and we also had 2 get through from Lorain. So every school in the sectional got some group through. So again, 47 through Midview into the Perrysburg district. So great job. Division 2, we had 25 district qualifiers get through from multiple sectionals. As we mentioned last week, we had teams at different places, including Lake Catholic, Sandusky in the Northwest, and we had the other one was at Painesville Harvey. So leading the way was Keystone. They got 7 guys through, including 3 sectional champs in Tristan Green at 132 pounds. Great freshman season continues for him. Jose Morales at 182 and Nick Hickman at 195. So 3 sectional champs and 7 guys through Keystone. Really banner year. Firelands had 6 get through, including Ruben Pino Lorenzano, who won the 106-pound sectional championship. Great sophomore year for him. The others were Vermilion got 5 through, Clearview got 5 through, and Brookside got 2 through. So all those schools except for Vermilion are going to move on to the Perry district. Vermilion's going to the Norwalk district. Norwalk is the Northwest district. Vermilion is a Northwest school. That's why they're going separate this year. The other 4 schools got to, again, pick their sectionals. So they picked sectionals that would feed into the Perry sectional, which is going to be good news for probably Lorain County. Probably one, because a lot of the top schools in Northeast are heading to Norwalk, which is going to make that a much tougher district field. But also, it just happens to be those 4 schools that are going to the Perry district are having pretty good wrestlers this year, a little better than I would say on a normal season. So for Lorain County, I expect probably one of the better state tournament showings as far as getting guys over to the state tournament this year than normal because of those 2 reasons. So really expect big things out of Division 2 this weekend coming up at the districts. All right, Division 3, we had 16 qualified, but some breaking news just as of today. We have a 17th district qualifier as Columbia's David Olekisak has been added to the 113-pound field. He's going to replace Hanover United's Logan Casto. Logan was the number 4 qualifier out of the Rootstown sectional, another Northeast sectional. Don't have confirmed reason why Logan had to be pulled from the district field, but in talking to Coach Giuliani, the Columbia coach, it sounded like if you look at the brackets, Logan had to default in his semifinal, default in his third place match as well. So he might have gotten injured in that sectional tournament and just been unable to go for the district tournament. So congrats to David and the program because Columbia now has 5 instead of 4, 5 district qualifiers, including Cole Schulke, who won the 106-pound sectional championship. So great job by him. Leading the way in Division 3 was Black River, who had 6 district qualifiers. We already mentioned Travis Owen had a great performance to win the sectional championship at heavyweight. And joining and matching Columbia with 5 was Wellington, which had a sectional champion in Jeremiah McKee. Another big performance there for, Division 3. They're going to be out at Garfield Heights for their sectional. So obviously great stuff happening this weekend. So as far as the district previews go, it's going to be again split sessions at most places. It's going to be, you can go online at Mom's page and actually find the times and things like that. A lot of programs are going to be looking to maybe end some district championship droughts. There's a few programs that haven't had district champions in a while. There's 5 county schools we don't even have district champions listed for. One of them is Lorain Titans, who just consolidated a decade ago when Admiral King and Southview came together. So they just haven't had anybody kind of win that district title yet. The other 4 are Vermilion, Clearview, Columbia, and Brookside. Just don't have the records to know whether they have district champions or not, which means they just haven't had district champions since the turn of the century in the 2000s. They might have had them in the 1900s somewhere. I would expect that would be the case with Columbia and Vermilion because they have multiple state champions, and it's probable that those state champions probably won district championships on the way to winning the state championships. Clearview, Brookside do not have state champions, but you never know if a wrestler maybe pulled off a district championship and got into the state tournament field. We just don't have that information. But as far as the ones we do know, the longest drought will not end this year, unfortunately, for the Oberlin program. They were not able to advance either of their 2 wrestlers they had in the field at the Burton Berkshire sectional. So they will not have anybody at the district tournament to be able to end that drought. But they have the longest known district championship drought, and that was 1987. A lot of people might think, oh, that might be hard to figure out who that was. But if you're a Lorain County wrestling fan, it is not hard to know who that was. That was current Elyria High wrestling coach Eric Burnett. That was his senior season, and when he went on to win the 4th of 4 state championships. He was a 4-time champion at Oberlin back in the 80s. The next longest drought for Lorain County schools is going to be North Ridgeville. Matt Schultz won in 2001. So, like I said, Zach Orsino's going in as the number 1 seed. They've got 6 guys, North Ridgeville, to take a shot at that. Beyond that, you got Avon Lake, 2008. Mark Tomanek was the last. Keystone, William Spangler, 2012. And they have 3 sectional champs going in that are hoping to end that drought. And then Black River, 2014. Sebastian Vidica was their last. Other than that, every other program in the county has had a district champ within the last few years. So that's pretty good as well. All right, we're going to end the show with just a couple of 100 wins last round in the sectional. 2 guys in the county who had their 100th win in the sectional final, which is amazing. Both of them won sectional championships, so that 100th win was probably a very special one for them. We're going to start with Elyria senior Colin Knoll. Winning the 100th as a senior year tends to be a little more common nowadays. A lot of high school wrestlers do that, but Colin was a little bit special because of the fact that he really wasn't a regular starter for the Elyria program his first 2 years. He didn't join the starting lineup till his junior year, but he got enough wins in his freshman and sophomore seasons to be able to make that possible to get that 100th win this year as a senior. So obviously a super impressive performance by Colin Knoll to get 100 career wins when he only actually started in the program for 2 seasons. So really a great performance by him. The other one's Wellington Jr. Jeremiah McKee. Advanced to the state tournament last year in Division III, although he didn't get to wrestle as none of the state qualifiers did because they ended up canceling that tournament because of COVID, the pandemic. But he won his 100th career win in his sectional championship match as well. So obviously a big, congrats to those 2 guys for getting their 100th career win in exciting fashion in the sectional championship match. Okay, so that is going to do it for this week's episode of the Matt Report. Again, appreciate everybody stopping by. We're going to obviously talk about big district performances next week. We're going to talk about state tournament brackets, maybe hopefully break down some good draws, things like that. It'll be a lot of fun. But again, thanks for stopping by. Thanks to Kristen behind the camera. Thanks to WOL for setting up our program. And thanks to you guys for kind of stopping by and checking us out. We'll see you next week.